make sure this is going up live. All right, looking good. Okay, hi everyone. Apologies if you caught the last video. There was a little bit of an issue with the previous update notes. So this round we're going with version 1.2.9.2. A couple of fixes for a couple of the new features, nothing major. Just wanted to discuss what's present in here. Quick comment before I go any further. YouTube have started showing ads on videos, and I apologize for that. We'll be having a look at what other options we've got for hosting video now, so that you don't cop that. But for the time being, this is what we've got. So going through the list of the major things that have been added in the last major version update. So case pivot tables have a convert to spreadsheet option. So this is pretty cool. This is something to help you more rapidly generate spreadsheets in a method that is more aligned with modular behavior. So what I mean by that is you take a pivot table, it's got a little bit of effort in it. Let's say this one, equipment fuel burn by month. Not that there's anything happening in this one in this demo, but you right click, choose convert to spreadsheet, and what you'll get is a spreadsheet. The colors will get matched, so if you do it on a stale schedule, you'll end up with the pink colors on it. But what you're actually going to get from this is the equipment equals, or whatever filter it is that's in there, alongside some date information as well. There's one little issue still outstanding from this, which is depending on the kind of formula you create, you may end up with a has-haul profile filter in there that shouldn't be in there. But hoping to catch that in the next version update. But basically, you should be able to get the values from the spreadsheet, and that just, it sort of gives you a tip on how to generate a spreadsheet in general, but just allows you to basically generate, mock up how you want the spreadsheet to look very quickly, and then convert it over to a spreadsheet. So that's going to be quite helpful for rapidly generating spreadsheets. Database statistics. So previously, if you wanted to see what was going on in your database, there was quite a lot more logic going on in the background, and it was, you had to push a separate button. It's now much faster, and we've made a couple of corrections to the way the maths works on that too, so it should be a little bit more accurate. So that's quite cool. We've got preliminary DUF v4 file support. So what this means is if you've been using DesWitCAD and you've been updated to one of the versions that doesn't allow you to use DUF v1 anymore, you've been having to use DCFs to pull material into Spry. This is the first version that will have support for the v4 format. We believe that we've got the file format correct. Just note there'll be a little pop-up that appears that will ask you, will let you know that it's in a preliminary phase. It doesn't mean it's not been tested. It just means that, you know, we think we've captured the full extent of what the data format does, but it may not necessarily be perfect yet. We've also added SafeValue to several functions. So what we're talking about with that is let's pick fields, will do the job. So basically any function that it might make sense to have the option. So we'll have a look at, say, table text, table date. There's now the option of having a safe value of this. So some previously, you know, you'd look it up and you might return a 0. Maybe you want to return a -1 if the value is not there. Same with safe divide as well. So basically, anything with safe concepts, you can now actually set what value you want to return from that. If you've been using the dark theme, so for those of you who aren't familiar with getting to that, there is a setting in all settings for a dark theme, which you can set by changing your UI skin. So if I change that to dark, there's one other setting here under the filter for skin, which is to use the skin colors, and this has been set to false. So what this means is the spreadsheets will return with a light background, whereas the default setting for true means that the spreadsheets will have a dark background as their default color. There are a number of other little nice to haves that have come up in this version. I'll just bring those up now. Double check that I haven't missed anything. The warning icon. So if you're running a model off a network, or you've got mixed display scaling settings. Sometimes they play a little bit of havoc with some of the menus. There's just a little warning system down the bottom right now. It's just something that will help us when we're supporting you. It will also help you if you've missed a particular, if you've got an issue with your model, it might offer some assistance. What else is in here? Faster load. Yeah, there's some faster load times now, which is pretty cool, depending on the type of data you have. And that's about it, really. I'm going to do a separate video following this one, where I talk about a simple thing to do with spreadsheets that comes up occasionally in conversation. So I'm going to move on to that video now.